go, Marcy.
Oh, I'll tell you what, too. I think that Mike Tyson's gay because he's trying to eat everybody. My impression of Mike Tyson. Okay, Mike Tyson smoking pot. Mike Tyson smoking pot. Here. Okay, Mike Tyson, I guess that one sucked. Okay, try it again. Here. Okay, Mike Tyson in a play. Here. Okay, Mike Tyson in a play. Friend, woman, countryman, let me with. I gotta ask you guys right now, could you imagine Mike Tyson being in jail at the same time with Jeffrey Dahmer? Talk about a feeding frenzy. What kind of a food fight would that be? Which leads me to ask the question, do cannibals serve pygmies as cocktail weenies? Maybe they just want a little elbow macaroni, a foot-long hot dog, I don't know. They just want a little head on their beer. Hey, I told you I was an asshole. I know what you guys are thinking. What the hell is wrong with that guy up there? Well, the shrink tried to figure me out, and it didn't work. In fact, she said I drove her to the edge. And then she jumped. Honest, I didn't push her, you know? I mean, the bitch was intelligent. She was educated. She should have known better. You drive off the edge, the insurance companies pay double indemnity for accidental death. Oh, I guess I pushed the envelope a little too much. They say you can't talk religion and politics in a bar. But let me ask you, wasn't this country founded by a bunch of drunks in a pub? Yeah! And I gotta ask the question, if we are created in his image, I mean, maybe Darwin was right. How come there aren't more geniuses running around? I say an across-the-board 20% increase in IQs, we wouldn't need so many lawyers or warning labels on hot cups of coffee. Because the geniuses we got, what do they say? The world began with the Big Bang. Bullshit. Everybody knows before the Big Bang, you gotta have a big suck. And speaking of Big Bangs, these sick suicide bombers, they think they're gonna get 72 virgins in heaven? Bullshit. 72 virgins, that's a lot of PMS. That ain't heaven, Jack, that's hell. And I know, because I got 4 sisters and 2 ex-wives. Nothing to fear at all, nothing to fear at all. I ain't going kicking and screaming into heaven because the wine's free. And when my body hits the ground when I die, I'm going to thank God I'll never get married again. And when it comes to politics, I know absolutely nothing. My first election, I voted for Nixon. Hey, he said he was going to get us out of Vietnam. The only thing he got out of was the White House. And I'm an asshole. I voted for Clinton. You know why I voted for Clinton? Because his wife forgave him. I never had a wife forgive me. Ask your wife. You think she'd forgive me? Hell no. That's right. Oh, man. And then when I voted for Reagan, yeah, a friend of mine says to me, how can you vote for him? I go, what do you mean? He's a great guy. He goes, well, his name is Ronald Wilson Reagan. I go, big deal. He goes, that is 6 letters, 6 letters, 6 letters. 666. You just elected the Antichrist. Holy shit, there's your Big Bang. But how the hell can Reagan be the Antichrist? The poor bastard's drinking his meals through a straw.
You don't remember?
Well, that's right. I mean, the devil could do. I mean, what would the devil eat for dinner anyways? A couple of cannibals, a soul of Jeffrey Dahmer, an ear of Tyson. But this last election, I had no problem. I voted for the shit kicker. Hell yeah. Give me a cowboy that can polish his gun belly up to the bar and yell, yee-haw! Let's kill us another one. Because I want no sissies for president. Gore kept saying, lockbox, lockbox, lockbox. Hey, Al, leave Tipper out of this. You all know you're jealous of all the nookie Clinton was getting. Hell yeah. So as you can see, folks, money spent on my education was a complete waste. The money would have been better off spent down at the titty bar. Oh, yeah. Because the only thing I remember from school was those little ditties written on the bathroom walls. You know those little ditties like, here I sit broken-hearted, tried to shit and only farted? I don't remember that many lines from Romeo and Juliet. Romeo, Romeo, pour out there, Romeo. Juliet, fucking wake up, Juliet. He's down at the titty bar snatching kisses and vice versa. But I wrote right next to that, here I sit broken-hearted, tried to shit and only farted. So I thought I'd take a chance, blow a fart, and shit my pants. And this other one's totally disgusting. Oh, this is terrible. But you put up with Get Brown tonight, so you're going to listen to this too. He who writes on bathroom walls rolls his shit in little balls. He who reads these words of wit, eat them little balls of shit. What kind of crap is that? The guy that wrote that, I'm reading that last line, I'm thinking this author thinks he's some kind of joker, got me sitting there eating balls of shit while I wrote right next to it. He who writes on bathroom walls rolls his shit in little blunts. He who reads these words of wit ain't getting none of my blunts of shit. That's for the Cheech and Chong and every one of us here in the audience. This last little ditty you're going to love. You're going to see it on TV. It'll make a great commercial. Menon's going to use it. No matter how much you wiggle and dance, the last few drops seem to land on your pants. She used Menon under scrotum deodorant for that deep down fresh manly scent. And for the bull dykes, there was Menon Butch Rub. Okay, I'm an idea man. I know there's sick ideas, but somebody's got to come up with these things. And I got questions I want answered, damn it. Like if there's 20 cigarettes in a cigarette pack, how many rats in a rat pack? How many brats in a brat pack? How many backs in a backpack? And if 144 is gross, does that make 72 virgins half as gross? And if 10 is beautiful, does that make one ugly? And where's that leave 69? I mean, is 77 better because you get 8 more? And I want to know, how come they can't advertise cigarettes on TV anymore? They can advertise the armed forces. Now, I'm not against advertising the armed forces, but let's face it, kids, what's going to kill you quicker, a cigarette or a bullet? A bullet or a cigarette? But I have a solution. I think the cigarette companies ought to be sponsoring the armed forces. Marlboro proudly presents the few, the proud, the hacking Marines. The Army brought to you by Lucky Strikes. No, Viceroy sails away with the Navy. No, and Virginia Slims butts up to the Coast Guard. And who the hell uses lambskin condoms anyways, huh? Sheiks? Shepherds? Lamb chops? Does that mean Magnum condoms are made out of elephant skin? I don't know. I'm just asking these questions, folks. All right. If Barry White and Karen Black had a kid, would they name him Chubby Checker? I mean, Fats Domino was already taken. And if Uncle Ben and Aunt Jemima had a kid, what would they name him? Buckwheat. But I want you to know right now, I am not a racist, damn it. I am glad slavery is no longer legal. Because if it was, the South would have all the best football teams. And to show you how stupid white men are, they go all the way to Africa to get slaves. What a bunch of idiots. They could have done like those Girls Gone Wild videos. Some beads and some booze, we could have had the Indians dancing in the street for nothing. And you know the Mexicans ain't that far away either, you know. And I gotta ask the question. Why are some African Americans wanting reparations for slavery? I mean, aren't they glad their ancestors were brought to the greatest country in the world? I mean, they could have been taken to Egypt like the Jews. All right. Sorry, brother, I don't taste like chicken.
Stevie's talking to you.
But you know what, though? This is the greatest country in the world. Because we've always tolerated assholes like me. Hell, we've even elected some of us president. You know what I mean? I mean, what would be the greatest country in the world? Monaco, they got Monte Carlo, they got no income taxes. Maybe France, they got Paris, they got a bullet train. Maybe Holland, they got Amsterdam, they got legalized marijuana. No, this is the greatest country in the world. Because just because you can smoke pot on a bullet train and not pay taxes, that does not make a country great. But then what do I know? I almost had a wet dream last night, but I woke up in time to whack off. And then I was sitting there in the park, I'm reading my newspaper, minding my own business, and 2 brothers go walking by. I think the bros were talking ebonics. Because one bro said to the other, "What's the skinny on the fatty?" "What's the skinny on the fatty?" Then the other brother says, "I'll get back to you to front to you." "I'll get back to you to front to you." Then they notice me. They go, "What's up?" I go, "Hey, not me." The one bro says, "Hey, you ought to grab a bullet train to Amsterdam." All right, I'm reading the paper, and guess what happens? The Pillsbury Doughboy died. He caught a yeast infection. Oh, Oh yeah, Dolly Madison blames Sarah Lee, the whole food court's in a freaking uproar. Then a crazed nibbler grabbed a salad shooter and assassinated a Jolly Green Giant. Oh, you laugh, but he was filled with ho-ho-hos. Hey, it was a sad, sad day in the Valley of the Jolly. And speaking of hoes, did you hear about the happy hooker that got her crack up on the freeway of love? Talk about a traffic jam at a porn site. And does claymation, does that give out-of-work turds a job?